Say something for the people, bro.
Hey, we all feel like plastic bags floating through the wind.
Facts.
Hit my line.
You lick your lips again?
Hit my line.
Well, I don't need it, I don't need it, I don't need it. Give it up and I'm tenfold defeated, my man. Bad soil in the palm of my hand. Bad soil in the palm tree, star-studded sidewalks.
Key themes of the album:
honesty, truth, God, like I'm kind of more into making music that is a mirror for people. It's interesting to me to see what experiences people will link to it that they've had. Because we all kind of go through something similar, like if you're on this earth.
We're all users of something, whether it be drugs or alcohol or relationships or politics or whatever you want. Everybody's got their vice. Everybody's a user of something.
The album is not necessarily about drugs, but it's about the true and real effect that a substance can have on your life. It's almost like telling a story about like your first trip. Just being assed out in the middle of nowhere with nothing. You know what I mean? It's not to say this is good and this is bad. It's to say this is the full picture according to my experience.
I mean, I write, my good experiences with drugs. I'm just a lot less likely to write about that. Whereas the bad experiences, you kind of don't forget and they kind of change your life.
We had homies go to rehab. We had homies pass away. We had people that changed in front of our faces because of substance abuse or dealing with addiction. And I think in the same way it's about drugs, it's about spirituality, because some people use spirituality as a drug.
I mean, in all of my music, faith is a really big part of my life. We both grew up in church. So I've always had, my run-ins with my faith, and my faith is really important to me. So I do sing a lot about the conflicting thoughts I have about that. And in User, I'm able to kind of intertwine that with the experiences I've had with drugs and relationships and ups and downs, and where my faith, relates to that.
Anybody that's grown up in church that has experienced that, exactly what I'm talking about. And people will tell you what the world is. People will tell you what you should be afraid of, how it is outside. You know what I mean? As far as the content, it's definitely like birthed out of that world, but it's also birthed out of the experience of not necessarily like leaving that world, but opening the door and going outside.
I've got stones that I want to throw, but that distance.
I'm very into like words, like etymology, like the meaning of words, like the meaning of even letters and numbers and stuff. But X just represents the unknown. Even in math, like you always like solve for X, and like X is like the thing you're trying to figure out. So the X means a lot of different things. I like to really keep it open because I want to know what people see in it for themselves based off of their lives.
I don't know. I've seen some of the reception so far. My whole idea was like, I'm just gonna put this out and not give a fuck. Like, this isn't just for my fans. This is for anybody that wants to listen to this stuff. And that's cool because it started that way too, of just us throwing stuff and seeing what sticks and having fun, doing whatever we wanted. And we can just continue to do that even if this album is successful or not. But it's all been good, man. And I think that's just a testament to, we worked really hard to make some honest, like good sounding records that are a little different. And I think people are liking it. I hope they are.
When I woke up to see that version of me, bags under my eyes.
For me, what User is like, it's like music for people that, they don't necessarily fit neatly in any box. What if there's a place for all these kids that were like that were outliers.
With this record, I think we're trying to accomplish that same thing, is to help people feel understood and feel like everybody goes through shit. It's all different shit. Your shit isn't worse than my shit. It's still shit. And we're all users of something, and that should be something that unites us.